Dance with my dogs in the nighttime. Trap nigga with the chickens like Popeye. Money changing colors like tie-dye. I'm just tryna get it, I ain't tryna die. She got a big ol' on your booty, make the world cry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. Hold them bands down, hold your mans down. Who told you come around? It's that trap sound. Designer, clothes, fashion, shows, trap, house, made it, gold. Control the bag now, no need to brag now. Hey, put the mask down, we living fast now. Finest, old, finest, rose, we can go, coast. Keep watching me with Bob, still keep real and fame. Dance with my dogs in the nighttime. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry.
I'll take a whip it, intermission, let the birds fly. I get money, turn no vision through my third eye. Money, run that skillet, watch me flip it like it's Five Guys. Black and white pilgrim, check out the ceiling, look at the blue sky. I keep a check, yeah, boogers they sit on my lip. I didn't regret shit, yeah, I'm petting, I don't got a debt. You crawl for you raw, you can ball every week. All my dogs on the wall, we gon' ball when you free. Stop watching me, democracy, you wanna copy me. Life's monopoly, go copy some land and some property. AP, rose, pink diamonds, wool, whip up the soda, diamonds off the road.
Keep watching me with Bob, still keep real and fame. Dance with my dogs in the nighttime. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry.
In the kitchen, curry chicken, color stir fry. Take off from the bird, keep her, let the birds fly. Why I try to take my prize, you a dead guy. Of course I gotta keep a watch out through my bird eye. No casket drop dead, fresh and I got dead guys. Don't discriminate, ball players coming all sides. Finger roll, post move, or the pick and roll. They made the way we win that thing, we use a cheat code. Why you keep looking at me? I feel like nigga got static. It must be the paddock. Package blue cheese, I'm in the kitchen.
In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. Keep watching me with Bob, still keep real and fame. Dance with my dogs in the nighttime. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry.
The truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off.
Hey, bad bitches wanna be my babe. Hey, hunt me down like the CIA. Hey, side of my car tryna see my face. Hey, want me to beat it like the TIK. Oh, hey, if this heated, I'ma be my face. Hey, and best believe it's gonna be outrageous. Hey, niggas can't believe my race. Hey, niggas hit you with the Eli face. Oh, bouncing around, bouncing around, bouncing, bouncing around, bouncing around, bouncing, scrunching they eyes with your name and they mouthing, bouncing around, bouncing around, bouncing.
Shout out to them people. Mad ethnic right now.
I get it how I live it. I live it how I get it. Come the motherfucking digits. I pull it with a lemon. Not cause she ain't living. It's just your eyes get acidic. And this ain't a scrimmage. Motherfucker, we ain't finished. I told you we won't stop. A nigga by the business. Like yours, but you renting. Wave hello to the top. Nigga, the bay wrong glide. Tell the paparazzi get the lens right. Got the window down, top blown live. Got the hazard on the doom fire. You could catch me, breathe, in the new LaFerrari. And the truck behind me got on. Yeah, longer than LeBron. Just waiting from my thumb like the fawns. Woo, this beat tastes like lunch.
L-O-V-E 108 FM.
Doug Stewart Show coming up in about 3 minutes. The Doug Stewart Show is on the way.
While the black band's sweating, in the rhythm I'm rolling. Gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. 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 Fight the power.
The Doug Stewart Show is on the way. In about 3 minutes, we're going to get it popping. That's right, the Doug Stewart Show on the Two Live Shoes Radio Network. Yeah!
We got to pump the stuff to make it tough. From the heart, it's a start, a work of art to revolutionize, make a change, something strange. People, we are the same. No, we're not the same, because we don't know the game. What we need is awareness. We can't get careless. You say, what is this? Our beloved, let's get down to business. Mental self-defense of fitness. Don't rush the show. You got to go for what you know to make everybody see. In order to fight the powers that be.
Let's go. The Doug Stewart Show is on the way, man. It's going to be all that in a bag of chips on the Two Live Shoes Radio Network. Don't go away. Show coming up in about 2 minutes.
Fight the power. Fight the power. We got to fight the powers that be.
This is the type of show that'll punch you in your chest. Remember how your old man used to punch you in your chest when you did some real lame stuff? That's what this show is. A punch in the chest.
Fight the power. Fight the power. We got to fight the powers that be. Elvis was a hero to most, but he never meant shit to me. Yes, he's straight out racist. The sucker was simple and plain. Motherfucking in John Wayne. Cause I'm black and I'm proud. I'm ready, I'm hyped, plus I'm amped. Most of my heroes don't appear in no stamp.
The show is coming up in about a minute. 1 minute until showtime. The Doug Stewart Show. Two Live Shoes Radio.
Damn, if I said you can slap me right here. Get it. Let's get this party started right. Right on. Come on. What we got to say. Yeah. Power to the people, no delay. Make everybody see. In order to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. Fight the power. Fight the power.
Sports Talk with Hot Sauce. Texas Pete Hot Sauce Shoddy. The Doug Stewart Show. Yes! All right, let's go. Let's go. Showtime, baby. Showtime.
From the home of the realest, the trillest, sports radio show in the world.
Just keep it real.
So real, not even our listeners are safe.
As much as I disagree with Grego and some of the stupid shit he be saying on the show and in the chat room, man.
Bringing you the best in sports radio and entertainment talk, straight out of the ATL.
Touchdown, Atlanta!
This is the Doug Stewart Show, home of the Stewies and Stewettes, the dogs and the poodles. And here, we won't put up with one thing and one thing only. Haters.
It sounds like you hate somebody trying to pass the gospel about the Doug Stewart Show on Two Live Shoes Radio, and you're basically belittling them? Really, bro?
This is the Doug Stewart Show.
Yes, sir. All right, there we go. Yes, sir. Hey, welcome to the Doug Stewart Show, man. This is what my man Kesey calls a pop-up show. What up? All right, so maybe not like Rakim. It's been a long time. I think I did a show maybe a month ago or something like that. Shut up! Trying to put food on the table for my family. Shut up! Shut up! Damn! Man. Yeah, so it's been a minute since I've done a show, and I know I made this proclamation, get it out. I know I made this proclamation that I was going to try to do a show every Friday, but damn it, I can't do it, man. Shut up! Golly! I can't do it, man. It's been rough, and so it's been good. It's been a good rough. It's been a good rough, man, but they got me working my ass off, preparing people for their futures and protecting families. If you're a dog or been under a rock or something like that, you may not know, but your boy is a insurance agent. And so I sell life insurance, and obviously I'm going to talk about it a little bit more during the show, and we got little commercials and all of that stuff, man. But, yeah, man, doing fantastic, just very busy. Apologies, I couldn't come in here and do a show as promised for the last 3 or 4 Fridays. But we back today, man. What's up, y'all? What up, Stewies? Yeah. So if you got kind of like stumbled upon the show, my name is Doug Stewart, one half of the world famous, at one point we were world famous, Two Live Stews. So I've been doing this show now for going on 5 years, or maybe over 5 years. I used to do it every day, Monday through Friday, from 10 to 12. Then I had to once again go get a job. But we got a family atmosphere. Shouts out to everybody in our chat room. We have the greatest and established the greatest chat room in Spreaker history. All right. Everybody in the chat, if you're listening to the show and you're not in the chat room, click the little chat bubble icon, jump into the chat room, and meet and greet with your fellow Stewies. What up, Rough Buff, Rel Scott, Thorny Switch, the great Thorny Switch is up in the chat room. Mocha Bella, who else we got here? Oh, freaking Grego. Scotty, Vince Wright, the mayor of Sports Talk in Minnesota. Who else we got here? Jam from Snellville. We got a bunch of people in here, man. Shouts out to all y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in very early to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, listen, I don't know how long the show is going to be. Kind of like the format that I've been doing ever since I started back in the workforce. It's kind of like a top 10. All right, we're going to kind of mix and mingle the top 10 sports and entertainment stories in the next hour or so. I know. So today, what I'm going to give you, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show on the Two Live Stews Radio Network. Shouts out to all of the other hosts that still do shows on the network. My man Jeff Fox, Marcus Harper, Sports Talk with Soul. So in the next hour or so, I'm going to basically break down the top 10 things that y'all been talking about since the last time I did a show, which has been a while, okay, sports and entertainment-wise. You see the title of today's show, We, kind of a little play off the movie Us. Instead of us talking about them, we're talking about we, me, you, Stewies, and all of that. So we're going to talk about the movie Us. There's a couple other things in news that have been very hot as far as conversations at the water cooler. We'll get into that. And obviously the sports stuff we will get into today on the show here on the Doug Stewart Show. All right? Yeah. So let's start it out. I'll tell you the first thing we're going to get into. Story number 10 is the NFL rules. So we go in descending order. We'll go from 10 all the way to 1 on today's show. So the NFL new rules were actually announced on yesterday, and obviously it's as a result, the big thing is that now teams will have the ability to review pass interference calls or not made pass interference calls. And all of this results from what happened in the NFC Championship game between the Saints and the Los Angeles Rams, where one of the most horrific calls were missed that I've ever seen in my life, which I still don't understand how they missed that call. I mean, it was obvious to everybody that the defensive back for the Rams just mugged the Saints wide receiver, and the play was not called, and it ultimately resulted in the Saints not making a trip to the Super Bowl for the second year in a row. The Saints have had some real bad luck over the last couple of years. That's technically 2 Super Bowls that the Saints missed out on from some crazy things that happened at the end of ball games. So that's story number 10. Also with the NFL new rules that came out yesterday that were announced yesterday, the other thing that caught my eye was they are totally eliminating crackback blocks. I've talked about it for many, many years on how I just think the game is going the wrong way. But here's the thing with that, is the game is getting much softer, okay, and the things that you can't do and the way you can hit guys and you can't. But the reason why is for player safety. And they rolled out these numbers. A lot of you may have seen it. They rolled out these numbers about how many less concussions and injuries that they had last year with some of these new rules that they've rolled out in comparison to years in the past. And so it's really hard to argue 25% less concussions because of the new way that they do kickoffs and the new rules that they have as far as crackbacks and that type of thing. So, I mean, it is what it is. And usually these things, a lot of times, it's just time. You know, when time passes, we just kind of forget about it. And the hoopla that everybody had when a lot of these rules were announced for the first time have kind of worn off. And then you add to the fact that, yes, the game is safer and less people are getting hurt. It's hard to argue, man. It's hard to argue. All right, so that's story number 10, NFL new rules. Quick little break to reset the show. When we get back from the break, we'll go through story number 9, 8, and maybe we'll hit story number 7 as well. Jump into the chat room and find out what y'all talking about, man. Oh, wow. If it isn't Tiffany Sports and Heels. Coming in here, stirring the pot, starting trouble, I'm sure. If you're new to the show, got a love-hate relationship with a lot of the Stewies and Stewettes. Tiffany Sports and Heels is one. Hey, Miss Holly Newsome. Now, I like Holly. Hey, Holly. Hey, Holly. Yeah. Big John B. What up, Big John B? All right, quick little break. Back in a couple minutes. The Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 170 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, well, living. So give me, Doug Stewart, your local New York Life agent, a call. I can help you build a solid financial future to help you and your family be good at life. You can reach me at 678-770-8073 or look for me at NewYorkLife.com.
Just like a jumbo, people fiend, study, and try to copy off the queen. So as quick as I write them, go and try to bite them, so I can knock you out the box with another item. A wonderful facility for rhyming with fertility. You think that you can get with me? Where will it be? I'm a super heroine like ISIS, and when I'm in a battle, I cause the grace crisis. Realm of the queen, you know the routine. The fire to the moles on the scene, you know what I mean. I got a role, no other girl can portray. And if you want to describe me, this is what you say: sexy, devastating, awesome, and precious. Some girls are fresh, but Shantae, precious. So what you know, y'all bust the show, pay attention, listen, watch the girl go. Well, here's another chapter, and I have to release another bomb as quick as I grab the MIC, then I'll be straight, cause I'ma use the microphone as bait for other female MCs. So what you gonna do to this? You may be older than me, but you're new to this, cause I've been out there, queen of MCs, when your man was walking around in my neck and Boy George, you're the beginner. Shantae's the winner. Having another competition for dinner. Sit you on the table with a plate and cup, say grace, and then eat your ass up. So step back, cause I can hold my own, and everyone y'all be easy, cause this girl is gone.
Welcome back to the show. The Doug Stewart Show, top 10 things y'all been talking about in sports and entertainment over the last couple of weeks. Yeah, we are kind of mixing sports and entertainment today. Not really going to do an entertainment report. I got to get the hell out of here. I can't do this show but so damn long. I got a lot of stuff to do. Hey, what up, Thorny Switch? Mo Cheese, a.k.a. Grits, X-Squad. What up to the X-Squad? All of my peoples. Big John B up in the chat room. LD from the D. Griff. What's up, y'all? All right, so the top 10 sports and entertainment stories over the last couple of weeks. Number 10 was NFL new rules. Story number 9. All right, we're going in descending order once again from least to biggest story. Story number 9, man, the emergence of Ja Morant. Yes. Yeah. The emergence of Ja Morant, Murray State. Who is he? A 2 guard? He might even be a point guard. But you talk about a kid that made some money and has made some money. And he was already, before the tournament started, the NCAA tournament started, Ja Morant was already talked about as being a high draft pick. But, man, he really just cemented the fact that he should be a top 1, 2, or 3 pick. And I don't think anybody's going to get picked before Zion Williamson, which we'll talk more about him in a little while. But, man, Ja Morant from Murray State. And by the way, Ja Morant is a South Carolina native. He is, as well as Zion Williamson. Like Zion Williamson, now Zion, I think, was actually born in North Carolina. I think he was born in North Carolina, but he grew up in Mullen, South Carolina, which is a little small town in the PD area of South Carolina, which is like northwestern part of the state. And then he actually, in high school, went to a high school in Spartanburg, South Carolina, for Zion Williamson. But Ja Morant's from South Carolina as well. But he had already had like this profile established of being one of the top 2 or 3 players, despite playing at this small school, Murray State. But, man, he really, the first couple of games in the NCAA tournament, they got put out the second round. But, man, he really showed his ass in the games that he did play in the tournament. Shouts out to him. And another kid that made a lot of money, as I posted on Facebook, in the NCAA tournament, which he's out now as well. His team is out now as well. The other guy that made a lot of money is Johnny Dawkins' little boy, Aubrey Dawkins. Wow. So, I mean, we probably got some basketball heads, some college basketball heads in the chat room that are listening to the show, and they can jump in and give some thoughts. Like, was Johnny Dawkins on the radar as being that good of a player by scouts and GMs in the NBA? Because I really didn't know Johnny Dawkins' son played college basketball. All right, so I'm old school. I'll be 50 years old in November this year. Johnny Dawkins clearly the biggest name first coming to Duke under Coach K as head coach of the Blue Devils. And so Johnny Dawkins, legendary player, I had no clue, and it makes you feel real old when guys that you watched, at the time that they played college basketball, their sons are now playing college basketball. But I really didn't know or heard anything about Aubrey Dawkins. And, man, he played his ass off against Duke. We'll get into that whole game here in a second. But he really, really – you know who else did that? The same thing? Like they came from nowhere. And I'm not saying Johnny Dawkins is going to be this guy. He's going to have the NBA career, or Aubrey Dawkins. I'm not saying he's going to have the career that this guy has ultimately had. But, man, Dwayne Wade, when Dwayne Wade for Marquette hit the tournament, his last year at Marquette and played in the tournament, man, he really went from obscurity to one of the top guys coming out in the draft, and now he's a Hall of Fame player. And so we'll see, man. But Aubrey Dawkins definitely made some money. Maybe he was already on the radar of scouts or whatnot, man. But he really, once again, just cemented the fact that this guy is going to be a great NBA player. Shouts out to my man Taco Falls. Yeah, Taco Falls, the big center for UCF as well. 7'6". One thing I'll say about him, I think he actually made some money too. Now, when you 7'6" and you're pretty nimble on your feet, you're gonna make money anyway. You're like the NBA's, going to draft you. You're gonna play in the NBA. If you're born 7'6", if you're 7'6" tall and can run and chew bubblegum at the same time, you are going to play in the NBA. One thing I'll say about old Taco, though, and I love that nickname, one thing I love about old Taco, though, is at this stage in his career, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, he's actually more fluid of an athlete, much more so than Manute Bol was. Same profile, African-born player, really didn't play the game until late, just got real tall, so obviously he needs to play basketball. But he's much more fluid. He moves much better than Manute Bol did, mainly for the most part throughout his career. Manute was really, clumsy for the most part. He really wasn't that fluid of an athlete. But the Taco Falls kid, man, he looks real fluid to be that tall. The kid can dunk without even jumping, man. Just crazy ability. And so he played pretty well, fouled out of the game against Duke, obviously, but played pretty well. And I think he did well for himself as far as showing NBA teams that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. All right. Let's take another quick little break. Need to reset some stuff. Tiffany Sports Heels, Taco's ass needs to eat so much tacos. He do need to eat. But man, he looks like that he has a little bit of room to add some good weight. When I say good weight, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I don't mean weight that's going to slow him down and not make him or take away from his athleticism. Like, he looks like he can add some weight, and it'll be good weight. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what he does at the next level. All right? That's story number 9. Ja Morant, Taco Falls, as well as Aubrey Dawkins, Johnny Dawkins' little boy. Quick little break. Back in 3 minutes. The Doug Stewart Show. Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 170 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, well, living. So give me, Doug Stewart, your local New York Life agent, a call. I can help you build a solid financial future to help you and your family be good at life. You can reach me at 678-770-8073 or look for me at newyorklife.com.
Once upon a time, Brooklyn was the scene. In the project that they call Fort Greene, there lived a young man, Cinderella's his name. To make it interesting, it's me, Dana Dane. I lived in a house with my two stepdad and two stepbrothers who treated me bad. I cooked, I cleaned, I scrubbed the floors, and I was like an errand boy running to the store. My brothers, they used to boast and brag. We've got fresh gear and you got rags. Even worse than that, to make me feel old, they gave me a straw hat while they had kangaroos. Girls used to say, dang, you're so cute, but you get snow wrapped with them polyester suits. Well, one day up the avenue, there was a man surrounded by the Fort Greene crew. He said,
hear ye, come one, come all. The princess is having a royal ball. If you can rap, also dress fresh, you might win a date with the sweet princess.
Well, I ran home when I heard the news flash. I bust through the door straight to my stepdad. I said, stepdad, may I? And before I could finish,
hell no,
he replied, my brothers would get when they would get down. Even Pops was gaming for a piece of the crown. They flaunted, they haunted, they knew what I wanted. We can and you can is what they taunted. They all stood there, laughing in my face. And as they walked out, they said, clean up this place.
Cinderella, day, day.
But I'm laughing in the day with that.
Cinderella, day, day.
Yes, I'm laughing in the day with that. When I struck, I hissed. They all tried to diss. I'd give them back if I had one wish. Before I could make my thought a phrase, there appeared a man from a puff of haze. He said,
what's up, Dane? My name is Herb. I'm your fairy godfather. You know it, word. Now, I came here with the main purpose of granting you your fondest wish.
I said, Herb, my man, just make me fresh. You know, I'm sure that I can handle all the rest. With a snap of the fingers, I began to shoot, and I was up and on my body, a slick silk suit. On my feet, there's argyle socks and a fresh pair of ballies from the Valley shop. I showed him my hat, and don't you know, with a snap, the hat became a Kango. Once again, his hand began to
Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. X Squad Radio Network. Yep, Taco was solid. Central Florida gave that game away for sure. We'll get more into that, man. So I'm giving you the top 10 stories over the last couple of weeks. However, I haven't been on the show or doing the show. So number 9 was kind of like the emergence of a bunch of guys that didn't get a lot of notoriety in this year's college basketball season. Ja Morant balled out of control. He kind of reminds me, once again, I said Dwayne Wade, of how he kind of burst onto the scene and really most people's first chance, you know, getting to see him because it's Murray State. They don't air too many Murray State games nationally, was during the tournament. And Dwayne Wade did the same thing, and the rest is history. So Ja Morant, he also reminds me of Damian Lillard a little bit with his game. You know, much more explosion than Damian Lillard. As far as dunking and whatnot, this Morant dude, man, will dunk on your ass. But I think he's got a big future. Aubrey Dawkins, Johnny Dawkins' little boy, who looks just like him. Aubrey looks just like his old man. Played well in the game against Duke for UCF. And Taco Falls, his teammate, also showed well as well. So that's story number 9. Story number 8. The Lakers missing the playoffs. And LeBron James sitting at the end of the bench sulking like a little beer. All right, so for the Lakers missing the playoffs, if you're new to the show, if this is the first time you've ever heard this show, I am a huge Laker fan. An unabashful Laker fan since 1981, I think. And so it very much hurts that LeBron James, his first year with the team, such high expectations, obviously. What's the guy? He's been to the finals, 8 times in a row? Very disappointing for Lakers fans, for the Laker Nation, that the team will not make it to the playoffs. Obviously. Okay, obviously. One thing I will remind people about, though, in this, all you Laker haters, and there's plenty of people that hate the Los Angeles Lakers. One thing I will remind y'all about, though, is don't act like the Lakers weren't a game and a half out of third place before LeBron got hurt. Shut up! No, I'm serious. Just don't act like that. Don't act like that. Now, a lot of things went wrong. LeBron got hurt. Lonzo got hurt. We had a ton of injuries this year. Even when we were in that position where we were a game and a half out of third place right before LeBron got hurt, we had a lot of injuries. Chandler got hurt and missed several games. McGee got hurt. Then we made some stupid-ass trades. We should have never traded Zubac. I don't know why we did that. We made some dumbass trades. LeBron and his darn agent tried this power move and basically crushed the psyche of all of our young players. Shut up. Shut up. I'm going to keep it real. And listen, I'm happy. I was happy when LeBron came to the team. I was critical. Most of y'all know, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I was very critical of LeBron for that whole move down to Miami. But then he manned up, acknowledged he made a mistake, went back to Cleveland, righted that wrong. They won a championship. I was a LeBron fan, from the beginning, up until that Miami thing. Y'all know that. Okay? So I became a LeBron fan again when he went back to Cleveland. And then I really became a LeBron fan when he came to the Lakers. Now, that being said, LeBron sitting at the end of the bench away from his teammates during the timeout against the New York Knicks was some beer move. That was a BM move. That was. Clyde Frazier, the great Clyde Frazier, called him out on it. Here's the thing. Here's one thing that I really don't like about today's society, man. And in particular with these millennials. Like, they just won't keep it real. Like, I'm hearing people defending LeBron or trying to defend LeBron and making it seem like what he did in the game against the New York Knicks, it's been a couple of weeks now, where the team was in a timeout. Luke Walton was talking to the team. You may not like Luke Walton, but damn it, he's the coach. Okay? LeBron's at the far end of the bench talking to, who was it? Tyson Chandler, who was out of uniform, was injured and in the stands. But he's away from his teammates. The optics of it was bad, and there's no explaining it. There's none. I love LeBron. I think he's one of the top 5 basketball players that have ever played the game. Top 5. Maybe top 10. I don't know. Maybe top 10, okay? He's definitely top 10. Let me say that. Let me back up. Let me correct that. He's definitely top 10. Top 5? A lot of y'all are arguing he's the best player ever, all right? Which is crazy, which is nonsense. I mean, that's ridiculous. But definitely top 10. Maybe you can put him in the top 5. But for him to do that as the leader of the team, as the face of the franchise, is wrong. It's as simple as that. Like, leaders don't do that. All-time greats don't do that. I can't ever remember, and you know that if someone of note, like one of the top players ever, had done that before, somebody would have been able to find the footage and say, you know what, LeBron ain't the first person to do this. So-and-so did this. I don't think this footage out there because it's never been done. Okay? That was a bad look. It doesn't mean that LeBron's a bad person. That was a mistake. That was a bad mistake. He was up in his feelings for whatever reason. He didn't like the way things were happening or going down that particular game. But don't try to make excuses for him is the point. That was wrong. And it really took away from his what you believe about LeBron James. It really took away from him as the person and and the profile that he's maintained as being one of the best leaders. Every time he goes to a team, they win, they do great. Obviously, the man's been to the finals 8 times in a row. That's obvious. But that was wrong, and that was a bad look. I don't give a damn what none of you LeBron apologists say. That was wrong. And call it what it is. People get mad at Clyde Frazier for calling out the obvious. How you gonna get mad at Clyde Frazier for calling out the obvious? He didn't say anything world-breaking. The man said it's wrong that the face of the team separated himself from the rest of the team during the timeout like a little girl. Shut up. So that's it. The Lakers' demise and shit. I know y'all happy. Y'all happy. Oh, and there's a lot of LeBron haters. Like there's a lot of LeBron fans. There's a lot of LeBron haters out there. I didn't say that just to appease you. I'm just keeping it real. That was wrong. And everybody's happy the Lakers not going to make it to the playoffs. Damn it, we'll be back. That's all I got to say about that. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Let me jump in the chat room on Spreaker.com. Sydney Action Jackson. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. Wham, wham, wham. LeBron didn't listen to a dumbass coach. Excuses. Making excuses for LeBron James. Loose neck Psy X Squad. I can't wait to see how Laker fans will feel when Bron passed Kobe in scoring while wearing Lakers gear. Who cares? He'll never be a better or acknowledged as a better player than Kobe Bean Bryant. Never. I don't give a damn what he does. He ain't never going to be regarded in my book as a better player than Kobe Bean Bryant. Vince Wright, X Squad. What up, Vince? He says, Bron all up in the barbershop, the movie studios, rolling with the Hollywood crew. Bring your ass to death row. I like that, Vince. Right. I like that, Vince. Exactly. LeBron James all up in the studios, doing all this, that, and the other, and not worried about what's going on. Listen, once again, I got to remind you that we were well on our way to making it to the playoffs. It's a very legitimate argument I can make that the Lakers would have came in second in the West, all right, before LeBron got hurt. Thorny switch. Guess I don't care who made the playoffs. Season too damn long, and no one plays defense. I agree with a lot of that, what you just said. Jay Clyde, Snow Bunny Hunter. What up, Jay Clyde? Snow Bunny Hunter. He says, people always got to find a reason to bring Kobe name up. Shaking my head. I didn't bring Kobe name up. I didn't bring... Oh, you're saying that the guy that made that comment in the chat room, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I agree. Just leave Kobe name out your mouth. Sydney Action Jackson. LA First needs to get a competent coach. I agree with that. And LeBron probably didn't want Luke Walton as the coach anyway. Luke Walton will lose his job this summer. I've been saying it for months that I think they should give the job to Mark Jackson. Somebody made a good point. Was it on social media? I can't remember who said it now. And I've taken a lot of hits to the head, as many of y'all know. But they made a good argument. Oh, I knew who it was. It was my man Marcus Harper. Marcus Harper Sports Talk with Soul right here on the Two Live News Radio Network. He said Jason Kidd would be a great fit. I actually like that idea. So we'll see. But definitely Luke Walton is out. He's not going to be the coach of the Lakers next year. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. The OK Sigma, y'all been saying the Lakers will be back for damn near a decade. Man, shut up. Yeah, I'm saying the Lakers going to be back in a decade. Shut up. We got 16 world championships. Why wouldn't we think we're going to be back? We like the freaking Ric Flair of basketball. 16-time world champion. Shouts out, by the way, to the nature boy Ric Flair, who turned 70 recently. Yeah, I'm saying the Lakers going to be back for a decade. go ahead with that. Go ahead with that. You know what we will do? What was that? That was story number 8. So we got a bunch more stories to go, okay? But I'm also going to give some birthday shots out, kind of like a mini entertainment report. It's not really going to be entertainment. We're not going to talk about entertainment. We're going to do a quick birthday shout out when we get back from the break. All right? Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 170 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, well, living. So give me, Doug Stewart, your local New York Life agent, a call. I can help you build a solid financial future to help you and your family be good at life. You can reach me at 678-770-8073 or look for me at NewYorkLife.com.
Hey, big boy, when are you gonna give me a ride on that bike?
I believe in money, power, and respect. First you get the money, then you get the motherfucking power. After you get the fucking power, motherfuckers will respect. Money, power, respect, what you need in life. Money, power, respect, eating right. Money, power, respect, money, power, respect.
Hey, yo, my whole clique bout it. We take yours while you pout about it. Truck, step out the horse, wanna crowd around it. You can see me on Optimum TV. Or in your bathroom, turn the light out, scream, Bloody Mary. 1, 2, 3. Chic ain't your usual friend, but I can set you up like Heisen, walk straight at the end. I'm done with ice and charms. I'm trying to ice my whole casket when I'm gone. Pull up with class on the dawn. Once I meet him, I greet him. Kiss his feet for freedom. Tell him thank you, Lord. Cause on earth I was getting bored. Now resurrect me back to this cat called sheep. So I can make this album and get back the cats this week. 2:30, 6-2. We run through this.
All right, welcome back to the show. I had a quick little abbreviated entertainment report. Shouts out to the great Mocha Bella who supplies me with the anniversaries and the birthdays and whatnot. Really appreciate that, Mocha. Thank you very much. So we only got 2 birthdays. All right. Shouts out to Redland Kirk, whose birthday was March 20th. Happy birthday, Redland Kirk! Easy Does It, my man Easy Does It, celebrated his birthday on March 25th. Happy birthday, Easy Does It! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's it. We only had 2 birthdays, so make sure that you are in the 2 Live Stews Facebook chat group and post your birthdays. And the great Mocha Bella kind of keeps track of the birthdays, and she, we had like 30 of them last month because I hadn't done the show in so long, but she accumulated them all and provided them to me, and I gave out a ton of shots out on the last show that we did. But we only got 2, Redland Kirk and Easy Does It, man. Happy birthday to y'all, man. And since I don't do the show a lot, man, I feel it necessary for me to sing happy birthday. Shut up! Shut up! Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to... Shut up! Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Now, that's how I like the studio audience. And quickly, man, shouts out to everybody that's bought or gotten life insurance policies through me and my company, New York Life. A lot of Stewies have gotten policies through me, man. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. We got a new product. It's kind of the same product, but it's kind of adjusted a little bit. We can do $100,000 of term life insurance, okay? Based on your age, if you're under the age of 50, it's going to be somewhere around 30-something bucks, okay? And you're talking a 10-year or 20-year term. So if you need life insurance, you know you need life insurance. We all need life insurance because you don't know what's going to happen. If you need life insurance, I want to be your agent, all right? Give me a call at 678-770-8073, 678-770-8073. You probably need a lot more than that, but you need to get something to start. If your budget don't say that or allow you to get more insurance coverage, to pay off all your debt, to pay for your kids' college, to pay for the house, and multiply your salary times 10 years after tax, you know, if that premium amount monthly is more than what you can budget for, that's fine. You need to get something. Like the old people say, put a little something on them, okay? Put a little something on it. And the great thing about New York Life is when you get a policy, you can actually increase your coverage in the first 12 months and not have to take another medical exam. So that's a big feature. You might think about it and say, you know what, I definitely need to get more. 6 months down the road, you call me back. We can readjust it. You don't have to take another medical exam or anything like that. Or maybe you come into, you know, some type of windfall. Maybe you get a promotion in your job. You got more income coming in. You can afford more insurance. So get something, you know, get something on yourself. And then you got, you know, a whole entire year to decide if you want to get some more. I'd love to be your agent. All right, Doug Stewart, 678-770-8073. All right. All right, so story number 7. I saw Captain Marvel, and most of you know that I'm a big, you know, Marvel Comics superhero movie fan. I think I've seen every superhero movie ever. I mean, even the bad ones, like Daredevil with what's the dude name that was married to Angela Jolie. Or not Angela Jolie. I don't remember who he was married to, but he Daredevil. There's been a couple of bad movies that Marvel has put out, and superhero movies that have been put out. I saw Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel may have been the worst superhero. No, it wasn't the worst superhero. It may have been the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. Right. Captain Marvel was horrible. The young lady that starred in the movie, Brie Larson, I think her name was, maybe a worse actor than Nicolas Cage. I don't know what that was all about, man. I don't know what that was all about. Like, why did they make the move to cast her as this? From what I understand, and I never followed the recent events of Captain Marvel. I remember Captain Marvel when I was growing up. Captain Marvel actually was a dude, all right? But I didn't go into this movie biased because they had changed, you know, the character from a dude to a woman. I did not. I went in with an open heart, okay? But she was just a bad actress. She was just a horrible actress. The movie and the special effects are going to be pretty decent for that. I don't, you know, take anything away from my thoughts on it. But it was just bad. I mean, she was horrible, and she couldn't even run good. How you going to be? How you going to be a superhero and you don't even look like a damn athlete at all? I mean, seriously, how you gonna be a superhero? But the movie was pretty bad. I think it's making a ton of money. It may have made $1 billion or something like that. But trust me, if you're into these movies and you follow the comics growing up, it's probably going to rank as one of your worst Marvel movies ever. The first Thor was pretty bad as well. The second Thor actually was pretty decent. The first Thor movie was pretty bad. I didn't like that either, but that even wasn't as bad as this damn movie. So that's story number 7. Captain Marvel sucks. Story number 6, Cardi B drugging dudes. When did this story break? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I think the story broke the day before yesterday, or maybe 3 days ago. That Cardi B, someone went back onto her social media, I believe, or somewhere on YouTube and found these comments. It's crazy that it took this long for somebody to do this because people got a lot of time on their hands, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. So they go try to dig up dirt on people all the time. People sitting there, they're housing their rooms and look for scandalous stuff on people on social media. And, you know, as times change, sentiments about certain topics and things change. And so, you know, what was okay to say 10 years ago isn't, you know, so much good to say now. And so somebody went and found Cardi B on a video bragging. And by the way, I'm a Cardi B fan. I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to say that. I'm a Cardi B. I like Cardi B. She makes me laugh. Now, is she a great rapper, a raptress? Would I put her in my all-time rappers of all time, female rappers of all times? Hell to the no, because I don't think she's writing none of her stuff. She may be. I might be wrong on that. But I like her because she's funny. She makes me laugh. But Cardi B in this video bragged about when she was a stripper. Let me back up and say that again. When she was a stripper, with a K, bragged about taking dudes home from the club with the thought of her getting paid money for sex and drugging them. I never really heard, and there's been no commentary from her on this, I don't think, that I've heard. Drugging them, I don't know what that means, Molly or that Molly thing, or I don't know, a Mickey, an old school Mickey. I don't know what it is, but drugging these Johns and robbing them, taking their money. Yeah, in the Me Too era. Yeah. In the Me Too era, where this Me Too, we all know what Me Too is, that you were assaulted or raped or something at some point, and now you're bringing it up into to the forefront, and these people going back and retroactively, these men are going to jail. Bill Cosby, long list of people. She says something like this. Now, I hear people defending her. They actually I was in the car yesterday morning, and they were talking about it on V103. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Frank Ski, which is the big radio station here in Atlanta, and they were talking about people were giving Cardi B a pass and saying that, you know, the little new co-host with Frank Ski, what's the guy's name? Jay Nova, I think he calls himself, was defending what Cardi B said because in hip-hop, they talk about scandalous, unvirtuous types of activities. Rappers have been doing that forever. No. Cardi B was talking about this outside the realm of a story that could or could not have been make-believe in a rap. She was talking about this in her everyday life. Like, this actually happened, okay? That she raped men! She freaking raped men! This was outside the scope of a song where you were bragging where it could or could not have been true. She was saying this matter-of-factly that she had done this in the past. Now, what we see every day is these men going down retroactively for something they did 40 years ago. Just like I said about LeBron James at the end of that bench, wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong. And so for Cardi B to say this stuff is a bad look. Now, I don't know what they can do if this is something that you can do as a legal system, but it is wrong, and you got to play it fair. If for one side a man were to say something like Cardi B said, they would launch a full-scale investigation. If someone, especially someone with a high profile that's in the media, that's in entertainment, that we follow every single day, we wait for every, little story that we can get about the said person. Yeah, if a man would have said something with Cardi B, something like she said, what would happen? And remember, she didn't say this in a rap song. She said this like this was the real deal. She is a freaking stick-up girl. She was a stick-up girl, taking their stuff and robbing them, which are all, I would think those all are felonies. So she's wrong. Cardi B is wrong as hell. Shrug D, she wasn't raping them, she was robbing them. She was robbing them, but the argument has been made over the last couple of days, these men were drugged. So clearly they weren't in her right mind. So if they were drugged and Cardi B rolls up on top of them and start riding them like a damn cowgirl, that's rape! And I shouldn't even hit that drum roll thing just now. That's rape. That is. If these men were incoherent and didn't know what they were doing, and not only their money getting taken, but their stuff getting taken as well, that's rape. Technically, from the technical term, if they had no idea what was going on, and she climbed up on top of them like a freaking animal and rolled them to death, that's sexual assault. It should be fair across the aisle. That's all I'm saying. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I'm going to take a break after that. I'm going to take a break. Cardi B is wrong. Raping unsuspected drug men. Mo Cheese, a.k.a. Grits X Squad. Doug about to take a break after explaining Cardi B rolling over and riding, maybe. No, man, shut up! Hey, why would you even go there? A quick little break. We'll be back.
Don't think shit stink, pink gators. My Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right, if the head right, Biggie there, every night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruise, cruise, who? Do something to us. Talk goes through us. Girls want to us, wanna do us, screw us. Who us? Yeah, Papa and Pump. Close like Starsky and Hutch, stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze 3 at your cherry M3. Bang every MC easily. Easily. Recently, niggas frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just speak my peace, keep my peace. Cubans with the Jesus peace, with my peace. Packing, asking who want it. You got it, nigga, flaunt it. That Brooklyn bullshit, we on it.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. I guess that's why they're broken, you're so fake.
I put hoes in NY onto DKNY. Miami, DC, prefer Versace. That's right. All Philly hoes know it's Moschino. Every cutie with the booty, boy, the coochie. Now who's the real dookie? Meaning who's really the shit? Them niggas ride dicks. Frank White push the 6 on the Lexus LX 4.5. Bulletproof glass tints if I want some ass. Gon' blast, squeeze first, ask questions last. That's how most of these so-called gangsters pass. At last, a nigga rapping about blunts and broads, tits and bras, menage a trois, sex and expensive cars. It's still
being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 170 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, well, living. So give me, Doug Stewart, your local New York Life agent, a call. I can help you build a solid financial future to help you and your family be good at life. You can reach me at 678-770-8073 or look for me at newyorklife.com. All right, welcome back to the show. So let's kind of recap. Story number 10, top 10 sports and entertainment stories over the last couple of weeks or so, or a month or so. Story number 10, NFL new rules changes. Story number 9, Ja Morant, Taco Falls, Aubrey Dawkins balling out of control, making some money. Story number 8, Lakers missing the playoffs. LeBron sitting by himself at the end of the bench, like a little freaking girl. Story number 7, Captain Marvel sucked. And story number 6, Cardi B taking dude's stuff. And the double standard there is. Story number 5. Tom Izzo, head coach of the Michigan State Spartans. If you follow me on, did I post this on my Facebook page or no? I think I posted it in the 2 Live Stews group. So I posted a picture. I'm getting dressed, ready to leave the house, and I got First Take on, and they're talking about Izzo screaming at one of his players during the tournament. Y'all all saw it. And he's screaming at the guy. What was the guy's name? Aaron Henry, I think his name was. He's screaming at the guy because the guy's doing something wrong. And Tom Izzo is a coach, and coaches scream at players. They are freaking debating. Like the headline said on First Take, Tom Izzo screams at a player. That was it. That was the end of the headline. Tom Izzo screams at a player. Huh? Are you kidding me? That was the headline. And it just really just made me think about we are in trouble as a people because of this sissification of America. Hello, newsflash, coaches scream at players. When I was coming up, coaches used to put hands on players. Now, I understand that being, going too far and overtime and progress. You got to keep your hands off my kids or whatever. But a coach screaming at a player now is a bad thing? Are you freaking kidding me? And society and sports, youth sports has been going that way for a long, long time. And I know what it is. A lot of times it's these parents, keep your hands off my son, or stop screaming at my son. Don't talk to my son like that. Coaches scream at players. The day and time where a coach is reprimanded and the coach is the bad guy for screaming at a player, you better get right with God. I thought that was real bad. Story number 4. Rob Gronkowski calls it a career. Now, I'm going to do something here. Most of y'all know when you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Most of y'all know I hate the Patriots because I think there's some cheating bastards and they get away with everything left and right. Speaking of taking people's stuff, your freaking owner is buying hookers down in Florida. Shut up. cheating bastards, the New England Patriots. I'm not going to get into all of that. So hate the Patriots, think they get too much credit. But then it's this strange thing because I have two family members that now play for the New England Patriots. I've talked about it for the last 2 years. My cousin's son, Derek Rivers, first pick of the draft for the Patriots 2 years ago, out of Youngstown State, plays for the team. Okay, and then now, and then I didn't even mean to remember to get into this, but I just did. So my other cousin, I've talked about many, many years in this show, who came out of South Carolina, maybe 5 or 6 years now, Bruce Ellington, just signed a free agent deal with the New England Patriots. So it's really two opposite forces. Like, it's really, really bad for me. Like, on one hand, I hate the Patriots, and on the other hand, I got to root for them, I guess, technically. So the point in me saying all of that, just get to the freaking point, Dougie, is what I'm about to do right now is really outside of the norm for me. I'm about to give a shouts out to a New England Patriots player. Shouts out and ball award to maybe the best tight end to ever play the game, Rob Gronkowski, who's calling it a career. Gronk is calling it a career after 9 years, and I've seen a lot of people debating, where Rob Gronkowski falls on the greatest tight end of all time conversation. I mean, obviously the gold standard is Kellen Winslow Sr., not the son, not Junior. Junior was pretty damn good too, but we're talking about Senior. Like in my mind, and it's all about what you want. There's been some smaller tight ends, Shannon Sharp, who really wasn't the classic definition of a tight end. A tight end basically was a slightly smaller offensive lineman that had athleticism that could catch the football. Okay? Shannon Sharp was it was kind of like the opposite. He was the other end of the spectrum for tight ends. Shannon Sharp was a bigger wide receiver that was strong enough to block, okay? And I think when Shannon retired, he might have retired with the all-time leader as far as tight end and touchdowns and yards or something like that. But the traditional tight end that we talk about profile is Kellen Winslow, Tony Gonzalez, somebody like that. Big dudes, slightly smaller than offensive linemen that could catch. Offensive linemen and could catch. And so Kellen Winslow, for me, was the gold standard. I watched that game live. I'll never forget the game that Kellen Winslow played that they always show, where they were playing against the Dolphins, and the man came in, caught a 25-yard catch, and then laid down on the ground with cramps. They dragged his ass off to the sideline, and then 5 minutes later, he's back in the game making more big-ass catches. You're like, man, when did you come back into the game? And he did that off and on, man, and played his heart out. That was a legendary game. Most of us know about that game. But I'm going to say this right now, man. Size, speed, ability, what he meant to a franchise, even though the franchise probably was cheating at the same time. I mean, man, it's hard to pick somebody over Rob Gronkowski. I just give credit where credit's due. Y'all know I hate the Patriots, man, but Gronkowski was a match-up nightmare. 6'8", and I wrote it down. I actually jumped on Wikipedia before the show. Rob Gronkowski is listed. Well, let me tell you how Kellen Winslow. Kellen Winslow listed at 6'5", 249 when he played. 6'5", 249. That's a big dude, especially back in 1985 or whatever. 6'5", 249. Rob Gronkowski is listed as 6'6", 268 pounds. Runs like a freaking deer. Makes big catches in crowds. I don't remember Rob Gronkowski dropping a lot of balls. Seriously. Phenomenal player. Does he get a pass because he's got the complexion for the protection? Probably. I'm talking about football. I mean, all of that stuff is normal. Yeah, if you a white dude and you're just as good or on the same level as somebody, you're probably going to get the nod because of the media and the inherent biases that they have. I'm talking about the play and what they did on the field. Man, Rob Gronkowski was a hellified player, man. That is story number 4. Gronkowski retires. Story number 3, the Duke Blue Devils and the UCF Knights. A classic game where UCF pissed the bed. They dropped their candy apple in the sand. Damn! Oh, man. So the last minute of that game, we all saw it. Classic game, man. The last minute of that game, UCF had every opportunity in the world. Like, I counted like 6 things that happened within the last 30 seconds that had to go perfect for Duke for them to win that game and had to go wrong for UCF for them to lose. Zion's basket that he scored at the very end where easily could have been called the charge. Somehow he scores. The basket goes to the line. Zion at the line, he misses a free throw to tie it. Somehow the ball comes off the rim. Cam Reddish and Barrett, pushed the UCF defenders in the back, which easily could have been called a foul, and it wasn't. Like, so many things had to happen in that game for UCF to lose, and they all did. It's almost like Duke and the New England Patriots got some kind of freaking leprechaun on their shoulders. Like, in these crucial situations, it seems like the Duke Blue Devils and the New England Patriots have magical things that happen for them. If you go back to the Super Bowl with the Falcons, which Tiffany Sports and Heels, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, wanted me to play the rant that I had the day after the Super Bowl. Today is 3/28. That this is the anniversary of or the day that we remember the Falcons giving up a 28-3 lead to the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. But the catch that Julian Edelman had against the Falcons, where he caught the ball on his fingertips laying out. Like, if that didn't happen, they wouldn't have won. Like, 30 things happened in that game where if it didn't happen, the Falcons win. And they all happened. Same thing with Duke. Like, there were 5 or 6 things in the end of this game against UCF that if they didn't happen, Duke was going to lose. But somehow, they all did, and Duke won. Unfreaking believable. Unfreaking believable. Duke was supposed to lose that damn game. I don't care what you say. And then all of the storylines that you had. Obviously, Johnny Dawkins, Coach K's first big recruit. Johnny Dawkins and going against his mentor, Aubrey Dawkins, growing up in Durham, North Carolina, around the Duke program up until he was 10 years old. The great Taco Falls, on the national scene. Everything, it would have been a great story. And somehow, everything that needed to happen for Duke to win happened. To quote the great Mr. Omar from Everybody Hates Chris, tragic. Just tragic. All right, so we're going a little bit over what I anticipated, but we get back. Quick little break. When we get back, I'm going to drop the top 2 stories y'all been talking about over the last couple of weeks. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 170 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, well, living. So give me, Doug Stewart, your local New York Life agent, a call. I can help you build a solid financial future to help you and your family be good at life. You can reach me at 678-770-8073 or look for me at newyorklife.com.
Here's our music serving you some music. Papa got a brand new funk. Kick down, body for your rap. Let's get it on, like we said before. See the brothers full of trouble, hate the busted bubble, cause we rumble from our lower level. To condition your condition, we're gonna do a song that you never heard before. Make it all jump along to the education. Brothers gotta work it out and stop chasing. In the street all willing to work it out. Come on, yo, let's go to work. So many of us in limbo, how to get it on. It's quite simple, 3 stones from the sun. We need a piece of this rock. Indestructible soul. Answers to this prison, to the brothers in the street. School and the prisons. History shouldn't be a mystery. Our story's real.
All right, welcome back. So, I didn't even mention the 2 obvious glaring things that had to happen for Duke to win that game over UCF that didn't happen. Is UCF missed 2 bunnies. Like, they missed 2 bunnies. Now, the first shot by the kid in the last seconds of the game where he drove to his right and tried to lay it up off the backboard, that was kind of a tough angle because he had to do it high off the backboard, but it was very makeable. It kind of like rattled around the rim a little bit. And then Johnny Dawkins with the follow-up tip-in. I mean, he's like right there. I mean, they're freaking bunnies. They missed freaking bunnies to beat Duke, the number 1 seed. That hurt. That really, really hurt. Story number 2 that y'all been talking about over the last couple of weeks, man, is the Jussie Smollett story where prosecutors in Chicago have dropped all charges somehow unknowingly by or to the police department in Chicago, to the mayor of Chicago. Like they had no idea how this was pulled off. Word on the street is that Jussie Smollett called in a favor from his girl, Michelle Obama. Yeah. Somehow, word on the street is that Michelle Obama made a call and all of the charges against Jussie Smollett, lying to the police, impersonating a victim or whatever charges that they call it, just went away. They just dropped them all. And not only that, they sealed the case so that we can, as the public, find out exactly what happened, you know, what was the conversation or why they decided to drop the case or whatever. And so now Jussie Smollett is coming behind the microphone and saying that I was telling the truth the whole time. I didn't make up this stuff. Which you know good and well your ass made that whole damn story up. Yeah. You know good and well. Listen, I don't got nothing against Jussie Smollett, but you know good and well that was what, back in the day, we used to call that a cockamamie story. But I think that I saw a headline this morning, or they mentioned it on the radio, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, that the Department of Justice is going to look into this. Like, this isn't just going to go away. Like, the mayor And you know, Chicago is like the most political city in the world from what I understand. Like everything is political in Chicago. But the mayor and the police department feel embarrassed about this because they really do feel like the dude made up this whole story, which I do. I believe he made the whole damn story up. The story never made damn sense. Like I said the last time I did the damn show, do you know many Klans members that watch Empire? I don't think Klans members even know who the hell Jesse Smollett is. But anyway, so the Department of Justice or somebody's going to launch an investigation into this. Man, if they can find some type of proof that Michelle Obama called up and called in a favor to the police and let this man go and just absolve all of these charges, expunge all of these charges, that's going to be ugly. Because you know they've been trying to get Michelle and Barack for the long time. And the biggest story, before I get the hell out of here, the biggest story over the last couple of weeks y'all been talking about, man, and the world's been talking about, is the movie Us. I actually went and saw it a couple of nights ago. Jordan Peele, another Jordan Peele movie, his second movie that he's done. Obviously, we know that Get Out had great success. And so everybody was hyped up. The commercials, they really, really did a good job of promoting that movie, man, because it made you want to go see it. And I'm not the type of dude that even likes scary movies. I think I said that before. But I had to go see this movie. One, because I support, black actors, directors. I support the black arts. Okay, so I was going to go see this movie, and I went and saw the movie. I heard a lot of, different opinions. Some people said they loved it. Some people said it was garbage. It was trash. I saw the movie, and out of 5 afros, I'm going to give it 3 afros, man. I'm going to give it 3 afros because the movie did keep my attention. But here's the thing with Jordan Peele, and I'm quickly finding out. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Sometimes, like we used to say back in the day, sometimes he be running out. Yeah, sometimes he just takes shit too far. And so, you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of, if you're a movie buff, like I call myself, he reminds me of M. Night Shyamalan. Okay? M. Night Shyamalan, the director who directed The Sixth Sense, Broken or Unbroken or whatever that's saying, Samuel Jackson, Mr. Glass. He's directed all of those movies. All of those movies, they try to have a little twist. They all kind of like different. The air about those movies are kind of different than the norm. And it's kind of like an eccentric type feel, something that Hollywood people would love. The Oscar people, they would love those types of movies. So your boy Jordan Peele, he kind of different. You know what I'm saying? And I love him and Key and Peele. I love their comedy skits. I've talked about it in social media over the last couple of days. Love those guys on Key and Peele, a little comedy thing that they do. But dude is kind of like on a different level. And so some of the stuff that he does, you really have to sit and think about it. A lot of stuff that they do in these movies, you have to think about it, and it'll come to you a day or two later. Oh, that's what he meant by this, that, and the other. A bunch of Easter eggs, which are little like unique things that they put in the movie, referencing things from the past or from other movies or whatever. There's a lot of that stuff in his movies. So the movie kept my attention. The twist in the movie, there was a twist in the movie. I'm not going to tell you what it is. The twist was good, but the twist wasn't that good, if you're talking about twists. Like, the twist doesn't compare to the twist in The Sixth Sense, or the twist doesn't compare to the twist in Usual Suspects. So as far as twist, it was, I figured the twist out like halfway through the movie, okay? And so the movie was good. Once again, it kept my attention, but it's kind of a letdown from how good I thought it was. And it's going to be tough for him to duplicate the success and the fanfare that he got from Get Out. So that's going to be a constant theme with his movies going forward. I also read that he's actually doing a reboot of The Twilight Zone. And he's actually going to be, you know, producing these episodes. And what's the guy, the white dude that used to come at the beginning of the episodes for The Twilight Zone and does a little speech about what the particular episode is going to be like? What's his name? Rod Sterling, I believe his name is. Yeah, I think the guy's name is Rod Sterling. So basically, Jordan Peele is going to be playing that role in the Twilight Zone, helping with the writing, producing of these TV shows. I'm a big Twilight Zone fan, so I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be interesting. The movie, it was the best I can say. It was all right.
You gonna eat your beans and
Hell
cornbread?
yeah, I'm gonna eat my cornbread.
Yes, this is Grown Man Gator.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for joining your boy on the Doug Stewart Show, man. Once again, get a little something on yourself, life insurance-wise. I work for New York Life. Company's been in business since 1845, the largest and oldest mutually held financial institution in the country. We paid out over $17 or $10.1 billion to our clients in 2018. The company's worth $24 billion in surplus, all right? The company you keep is their motto. So hit me up, 678-770-8073. We'll do a little financial analysis on you and get you squared away with some life insurance to protect your family in the event, God forbid, in the event something happens to you. Hey, thank you so much for tuning into the show. I'm going to try to do another show next Friday. Shut up! I'm going to try to do another show next Friday. Last Friday I was out of town. The 3 Fridays before that I was working, busy. But I'm going to try. I'm going to make a commitment to try and do another show next Friday. Shut up! Shut up. TDSS 5 is on and popping. All right. So TDSS is our annual get-together here in the city of ATL. We've had some great times. So we've done it 4 years. I believe this is the 5th year. That is on and popping. We need to just review the football schedule. We do it in the fall and around surrounding a Falcons game. So maybe the next show, I think the schedule just came out. Maybe the next show we'll have a date for TDSS and talk about it a little bit more. Have some fun with it. All right. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll holla at y'all. I'll holla. Peace.
I'm just saying I'm a cute. Still got love for those who ain't cute. Some of my tightest partners ain't no cues. They know one thing for sure. I'm a cute. Duty calls, gotta go. No offense, I'm a cute. And they got my backstage dying for the cues. I'm a cute. I'm a cute. Mama told me long time ago about them cues. Told me I could go Greek, but don't be a cute. It was in my nature to go and be a even in preschool, mama knew I wasn't girl asked me my name, I told her I'm a cute. Teacher asked me my name, I told her I'm a cute. Cop smoke, ID, I tell them I'm a cute. I'm a cute. I'm a cute. You know how it is when you roll with the cues. You know how it is when you roll with the cues. You know how it is when you roll with the cues. Hey, you know how it is when you roll.
That's what it is, Grown Man Big Gator, the one and only. Got my man Big Shaq Down up there, Shaq Diesel, Grown Man Big Gator, Concrete Chapel, Hollywood Hound, I'm the cute, cross the low,
If you ain't a bro, don't show up your hooks. Bros in the club, don't show up your hooks. If you ain't a bro, don't show up your hooks. Cause you know how it is when you roll with the cues. You know how it is when you roll with the cues. You know how it is when you roll with the cues. You know how it is when you roll with the cues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beans and cornbread. I don't think y'all realize y'all killed it on this track, man. Gotta show love to beans and cornbread.